Yeah, good evening everybody. We're going to do some urban exploring today. We're right in the heart of old Dubai. We're in the Al Fahidi district, and we're going to have a short exploration between these reconstructed buildings, which are really quite interesting. They've been built in the traditional style, not a traditional style, the traditional style with the wind turrets for air conditioning, original type of air conditioning. I've been here several times, and every time I come here I find something new. There's a very nice restaurant on the left hand side here. Certainly looks nice. Sunset tonight is at 10 to 7, so we haven't got long. So what we're going to do, we're going to explore the Fahidi district, and then we're going to walk down the creek, down the core, Dubai Creek, Dubai Core, and we'll get the Abra across, and as I say, just have a bit of an explore. So as I was walking in here, I did see some gentlemen picking the fruit off the floor here and eating this directly from the tree. So okay, so you can see what I can see. Let's head down here. I'm not sure if the microphone is picking it up, but I can hear a lot of probably crows, blackbirds having a good old squawk. Now, when I first came out to the UAE 5 years ago, the company I work for, they brought us here and we went on a cultural experience. And there's I'll see if I can find the building. And there's an absolutely fantastic experience that you can be part of, which involves cuisine and religion and history and, as I say, generally the culture of the UAE and the Middle East. It talked about the Bedouin tribes, it talked about all the GCC countries. And you see what I'm saying here? It's all sort of built in the traditional style. All of these buildings, there's something inside these, are not empty buildings. There's a place called XVA Gallery we always take our relations to, and there's a lovely little sort of coffee shop and restaurant inside there. This says Fatma Luta Gallery. So here's the Nazir Society for Arts and Traditional Heritage. So as I say, there's lots of these little passageways, and I've actually come into here a different way to what I'd normally do. There are limited car parking spaces. You have to pay for your car parking, but you never have to wait too long. Well, I've never had to wait too long. So we'll see if we can take that car parking in. There's plenty of tourist shops just here. I'm also expecting on this film to be welcomed in to have a nice cup of tea, or not so much here because they don't sell carpets and bits and bobs like that. Yeah, there's a few tourist shops, and I've actually bought some stuff from there, and I've had a coffee from this one here. So here's the car parking I was on about, and look, you can actually see all the this is, what's it called, bakhur, and this is what they burn in the evening to make a nice scent, to mask some of the smells. Yeah, if I put this here, you'll see what I'm looking at. There's all sorts of things here that would smell nice. Dried flowers. Smells nice. So here's this car parking I was on about. There's quite a lot of it. I think this is sort of the workers' car parks. Let's have a quick look at the car parking area. Now, there's quite a lot of security in this region, in this area, and I'll tell you why. Because more or less, more or less straight up here, there's lots of consulates. There's the UK consulate, US consulates, Saudi Arabian consulate, more or less just behind that wall and further up. So there's quite a visible police presence, but they're not here. They're not here for you. They're just here to protect everywhere else. So car parking, pay at the meter, or you can pay on your app. It's very straightforward. And this is the way I normally come in. This is it, the Sheikh Mohammed Centre for Cultural Understanding. So I was actually brought here the second day I arrived into the UAE. And it's a fantastic experience. There's plenty about this online, so definitely explore it for yourself. Thoroughly recommended. And what they do, As I say, we had some food, we had a lovely presentation by a local Emirati man and lady. They answered all our questions honestly, and there were some quite challenging questions posed. I won't get into that now, but I remember it vividly. In fact, I remember walking along here, and in one of the local newspapers, I'm actually at the front of the procession of expats that had just been employed in the area. So isn't this fantastic? This is the site of old Dubai, and there's actually a wall in here. I'm sure we'll find the wall just a little bit over here. And there's a well, and just beyond here, there's the ruler's court. So that's the Maktoum, Sheikh Maktoum and his family, who are the rulers of Dubai. We're literally going to, there it is there. But I say, we'll literally be able to see the creek any second now. And let's have a quick look how many are on here. I'm guessing, I don't know. This boat has 78 rowers. And it won a race. Al Fahidi's boat rowing race boat. I've said that verbatim. 78, I imagine they get that going. I've actually been a member of the Surbiton Racket and Fitness Racketeers Dragon Boat Racing team on the River Thames. It was very good fun. So I imagine that's even more fun. So what's this here? I don't remember seeing this before. It's constantly being developed as well. Every time I come here, I see something new. So why this? I presume maybe when they raise the flag or there's some sort of commemoration, maybe this is where the official ceremony stands still. Now, over here, you'll often find a camel or a falcon or another animal. It is very quiet now, so I imagine, in actual fact, it's shut off. What does this say? Heritage Express. So I presume the open-top bus or something comes and picks up here. Let's see if we can find those animals that I was on about. Lots of heritage, lots of history. This is the way the Bedouin tribes used to live in the desert. It's still very warm here. It's humid, so I'm quite warm. And I had to walk about a kilometre to get here. Right, if we go up to the mosque. Hello there. Architectural Heritage and Antiquities Department. It's all the government of Dubai here. Obviously with the UAE's history of water and pearl diving and exploration, I don't suppose that these are life-size, but more models of the vessels that used to go up and down the creek. There's a coin museum. Let's put this over my shoulder here. The Coins Museum, Architectural Heritage Society. Hi there. Yeah, this mosque on the right-hand side, I've actually been in there as part of the cultural experience. They take you inside to the mosque. I think just up here, you'll find part of the original Dubai Wall. Plenty of shade. I know it's early evening now, so there wouldn't be an awful lot of sun over here anyway. Plenty of shade. I'll see if I can find you that XVA gallery, because it is a particular favourite of mine. But there's all sorts of other galleries as well. There's all sorts of other... Here's part of the wall. This is the wall. All right. Now, I'm going around here very, very quickly. And I probably have quite a good idea about where things are. But you can spend many an hour here. My wife and I have been here, as I say, sat and had an ice cream, gone to the tourist shops, and spent some time here. So that's part of the original city wall of Dubai. And, oh, that's all under construction. I wonder if that's XV Gallery. No, it won't be. It was too nice. We won't go up there. All right, so let's wander on back. These trees are well planted. In some of the galleries, and certainly in that XVA gallery that I was mentioning, there's actually a tree in the restaurant that grows right through the centre. So what you can see here, you can see part of the ruler's court, and we'll be walking right past there. It's all done very, very nicely, isn't it? It's determined to find your XVA gallery now. Felt like it's a mission of mine. Let's go up here. Let's go up here. This might just lead to that construction area that I tried to avoid a second ago. But it might also... Oh, it looks like construction. Somebody's doing their washing, I can smell that. That to me looks like XVA gallery. However, I'm going to tell you, a lot of them do look, well not a lot of them, they all look the same. So this is Akas Visual Arts. There's some tourists here just having an information tour. Now we came up there. Right, well I'll give you a bit of a challenge. When you come here, it's not that difficult, you just have to go and find it. When you come here, there's a place called XVA Gallery. All right. Go and into there, and there's an art shop, and there's some... They've actually got, well, I say they've got, it's only as good as, a bit like a football cliche, you're only as good as your last game. But once the magazines are finished with, and there were some lovely magazines there, they let the public take them away. You can't take the mickey, you can take one magazine. So come along, grab yourself a nice fruit juice. I had sweet potato fries, thoroughly recommended. All the juices, full menu, but there's a lovely tree, like I say, inside. Okay, that's interesting, never seen it. The Heritage Express. Let's have a quick look. Maybe we can find some information about the Heritage Express. And maybe I need to ride this. I don't live in Dubai, by the way. So everything that you're seeing, I'm often seeing for the first time. What's this then? It's a nice photo, that. All right then. So, a trolley bus, the Heritage bus. I'll definitely ride it another day. Where do you go to?
We go to different area, Dubai Museum, Abra, Sharjah, Fahidi Museum, Fujairah.
Okay.
Mosque, and we come back.
And is there a website? Where can I find that information?
Scan the barcode.
Right.
Enter it.
Fantastic, thank you. Let me.
Welcome.
So I'm going to scan this. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Mate, do you mind if you could grab us a photo if it's possible?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say, let me just, the only authentic, let me save that. I will do.
Thank
So that's
you.
that. You need to get yourself one of these.
Yes,
These
yes.
are, I've got the same phone as you, by the way. All right then, everybody. There's just a bin there. That's what we don't want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Smile.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
25 dirhams.
Okay.
See you later.
You learned the skill here.
Right then. Well, that was interesting. Ended up doing a bit of a tourist thing. So here's the ruler's court I was on about. It's on the left. I definitely won't video it. But if it's in video, I'm not showing you anything that you wouldn't see normally. So His Highness the Ruler's Court, and that's Maktoum of Dubai. There's a bit more of this kind of Al Fahidi district there. I say it's much the same, it's equally as nice. But our object now is to walk down the creek. There's so much information to talk about down here. I feel like I'm a tourist information guide. What you're seeing, we're going to grab one of these in a second. That's called an Abra, and it's like a taxi on the water. Sometimes I've heard them referred to as dhows, D-H-O-W-S, but that's just not the case. Everybody knows what they are, what a dhow is, and you wouldn't get confused if you asked somebody where are the dhows. But a dhow's got a sail, 1 or 2 sails, or a mast. But these are well and truly under power, diesel power. You can see the fumes coming out the back. I have walked up here. Have I walked down here? What would you say? I suppose you'd walk down the creek. So I've walked down here a lot of times. And I'm a bit sad because I ordinarily bring my cat food. And you'll definitely see a little cat. Guarantee it. In fact, I can see, oh no. Hello. Hello. I know, I've just been saying, but I haven't got anything. I'm so sorry. I promise you, we'll get some. Oh yeah. I know. I'm going to come back. I promise. Me and her have had meetings lots of times, 10 times. She's always here. Sometimes she's pregnant. So somewhere in here there's going to be some little kitten somewhere. And she's lovely, absolutely lovely. Oh, I'm glad she was here because otherwise I'd have been made to look a fool there with that conversation. Right, so I'm walking down the creek. This is also known as a khor, K-H-O-R. Over on the east coast I've been to Kalba Khor and Khor Fakkan. And so anything with a khor, K-H-O-R, there's, it's an estuary, it's an inlet, it's a creek. So this is not fresh water, this is salt water. And you can see the sun setting there directly in front of us to the west. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get that cat some food. I've got it in the car as well, and I normally have some in my rucksack. Bless. A couple of helicopter pads on the left-hand side, obviously for VIP access. I could just see an aeroplane. If I go like this, I could just see an aeroplane taking off high. I could just see an aeroplane taking off from DXB, Dubai Airport. You can see the creek here on my right-hand side. It's going to get a little bit busy in a bit because what happens, this lovely wide promenade, which is 10 meters wide at the moment, kind of funnels us all in, and there is a big mosque here, and sometimes you see thousands of worshippers, and there's like a queuing system to get into the mosque. So I'm expecting to see a few people. I'm very pleased to say I haven't been accosted by anyone. Normally, not so much, well, I say not so much, not at all in Fahidi district. Clearly the street hawkers are prevented access. But I'm going to take you into, on the other side, either side of here you've got Bur Dubai and Dira. And as I say, this is the kind of the original Dubai. Once again, you'll hear some people say that this is the real Dubai. And I don't really understand what people mean when they say this is the real Dubai. I mean, for me, the real Dubai, everybody in the world knows Dubai for the Palm and the Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall and Global Village and hundreds of other things like that, as well as Fahidi district and the creek and Deira and Bur Dubai. So what this is really, it's just the original location. This is where the first, it was the Bani Yas tribe were first here, and they were the historical ancestors of the Maktoums, who are the ruling family. Ruling family. Oh, I'm struggling to speak there. So it was the Bani Yas first. They were the original. Sorry, guys. Pigeons are revered here. Everybody feeds them. So yeah, people have been living here for a long, long time. So I'm put you back over my shoulder. There's another cat there, but I'm always conscious of not making this into a cat film, which you can easily do. Not giving me much space to get through here. Luckily, I'm quite slim. So this is where now I'm absolutely convinced I need to get a Rolex, a fake Rolex that is. I do need some perfume, and I definitely need a special remedy that's going to help me lose weight. I'm convinced there is every chance that somebody is going to offer me one of those three things. Hello there. A lovely smell there.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Very good. I just have to be polite here. I can't stop and say hello to everybody. But you've got some touristy things here, and you have to walk through here. So it's hi there.
Hey, my friend.
Hello there. How you doing, brother?
Follow me, my friend.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I've got a meeting I've got to go to. Thank you. I've never been so popular. It's lovely. I'm just saying there's some fantastic. Oh no, I've got to carry on, but everybody can see everything. Hi there. Yeah, we can see it all on the camera. It's amazing. Wow, look. I've never been so popular. It's okay. Thank you. And like I say, I've got so many friends. It's wonderful. But there's plenty of touristy things. God, I'm out of breath now, trying to escape the street vendors. Well, they're not street vendors, they're proper market stalls. All right, hello there. Right, we're now at Abra Central.
Hey, welcome back, Mr.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. So, what you've got here. Now, we got, let me just remember what we're doing. Here we are. Okay, let's say there's customer service here, and they all speak English here, so you can ask them about where to go. Use coins when you get on here. So I'm going to ask this lady. Hello there, how are you? Very good, thank you. I've forgotten where I go, just across the... Where's the Abra to go across?
The farthest one? The farthest one or
No.
the nearest one?
It's about 5 minutes, that's all.
Okay, that's the one.
Right, and where's that to?
Yes.
Where's that to?
Sabhkha.
That's the one, yeah.
Exactly.
And how much is that?
1 dirham.
1 dirham only. Thank you. So, 1 dirham, Sabhkha. Can I go on? Let's go on. So, I'm going to Sabhkha. That's it, I do remember now. Sabhkha, and it's 1 dirham. Now, I'll give you a little bit of is this one here? It gets very busy. It gets very busy on these Abras. So, they're going to get up close and personal with you. I fully expect to see someone sat here, and I'll look at them strange saying, why the contact? And they'll look at me strange saying, why are you looking at me? If you just miss one of these Abras, do not worry. Just get the next one, because they leave literally every minute or 2 minutes. They're that frequent. So if I put you... don't know the best way of doing this. If I just do this quickly now, don't want anyone to... So you can see here there's at least 2 Abras coming in now, and there's 1 leaving already. So as I say, do not worry if you miss one. This is salt water. Let's have a go. Let's have a... Oh, that's definitely salt water. No doubt about it. San Pellegrino and Perrier, you have nothing to worry about with that. All right, so what happens is you sit on the Abra and you wait, and then the pilot, the captain, will come along and take your money, and it's 1 dirham. Now, I'm not going to say that no, I'm not going to say it. All I'll say is make sure you get your change. If you pay with a note, they often don't pay you straight back the change, which I say often, it's happened a couple of times to me. And then you kind of hold your hand out afterwards. Oh yeah, sorry. Oi, sorry. Thank you. So, there we go, we're going to squash up. Yeah, so make sure you get your change anyway. Maybe they were going to give me my change one time, but I certainly got the feeling like if I hadn't asked for it, I may well have forgotten it. Let's put it that way. I mean, these are made of complete wood. These boats are, I imagine they've been here forever, and let's not think about what happens. But salt water, you're very buoyant. You're more buoyant in salt water than you are fresh water. So, another top tip. Remember I was saying about the diesel engine? Well, the diesel engine is at the back, and I hope once we get some forward motion, I won't be in the fumes. So although we're going backwards up here, I dare say it's going to go forward to do a U-turn. And it's about 5 minutes, that's all it is. Come on. You can see the sun setting right now. Sunset's 10 to 7, so it's now, let's have a look. It's now 20 to 7, so it's pretty right. They definitely know their sunsets. Obviously the prayer times are all set around the sun, and they definitely know what they're doing. So this is old Dubai. When we go further up the coast here, you'll see all the headquarters of lots of the banks. They've still stayed here, although they've got some very, very nice offices in downtown Dubai and places like that now. A lot of the old bank buildings are here. There's a gold souk over there. There's a perfume souk over there. So what we're going to do now, this creek goes all the way up to Ras Al Khor. Let's get me back in the face now. Goes all the way to Ras Al Khor, which is the wildlife park where you see the pink flamingos. And that's 9 miles up there, about 14 kilometres. And there's not one of these that will take you there, but I do think you can get a private taxi. There's all sorts of different ways and lots of different routes. I would say most people that use this Abra are workers. So they've just finished their shift. They're going from Deira to Bur or Bur to Deira, vice versa. So you can probably see the ruler's court over my shoulder now here. And you can see Fahidi district, which is where we've just been exploring. I'd say you could never get bored of doing this, and I really mean that. I've done this 20 times, and I'm not thinking, oh, I wish I can't be bothered, or something like that. Quite the contrary, I'm actually considering doing some of the further ones. That lady at the information desk, she said, do you want to go on the longest one? So I may well stop and ask her what the longest one is when I get back, and I'll make sure I do that next time. So if I go like this now, you'll see the whole Abra in its full glory. I was reading about the creek as well. I did a bit of research before I came out here, and some people are saying a long time ago this creek actually went all the way to Al Ain, which is a long way from here. You'd say was impossible nowadays, but who knows historically what was possible. So it's changed significantly since then. The motorway used to be one of the main transportation methods originally. Obviously now cars and the roads are. But all the pearl fishing boats used to be just down on the creek at the where the estuary meets the Arabian Sea. So if I go like this, you should see a really good. I was talking about the banks, and there's Emirates MBDs, that's Emirates National Bank of Dubai. If I go like this, you see them. Emirates National Bank of Dubai, Bank Melli of Iran, Emirates Islamic. So this was the old banking district, clearly, probably 40, 30, 20 years ago. The creek was actually made more navigable in 1955. It was dredged and there were concrete sides put on the edge. And it's about, I think I remember, let me think, I don't do remembering very much nowadays, but I remember it saying it's about 7.5 to 8.5 meters deep on average. So there's a lot of water in here. Another thing that we might see on the way back, are the birds. The steering mechanism here is by my feet. So I feel like someone's playing footsie with me under the table, but it's not, it's just the pilot. Just the pilot, hopefully showing us how good he is at docking. Now there's none of this stuff on aeroplane. Please wait till the aeroplane is made to come to a complete standstill and the captain has turned off the fasten the seatbelt sign. Honestly, the second it gets close, one person's gone, 2, 3, we haven't even stopped yet. We're banging, he's not tied it off, and half the Abra has dismounted. Isn't that fantastic? Ugh. You can walk just over the middle here, you're allowed to. Thank you. Thank you. Well, got my sea legs now. Feel all funny. Right, I'll just show you where to go if you're thinking this is the first stage of your adventure, you're exploring. What I would suggest you do now, if you've got a car, go along this road, that's fine. Go in there at your peril, because you'll get in and you'll get out, but it will take you a long time. There are logistics companies that will not pick up things like Amazon and a lot of the transportation companies. You'll see people bringing the products right to the edge of this area, because, I mean, it's a traffic jam through this. Go and have a look. It's a traffic jam from here inwards. It's an absolute nightmare if you're in a car. We could stand here for 5 minutes and I bet you that white truck, it stays where it is. The one that's moving, that is, of course. All right, so, yeah, so what was I saying? I've forgotten what I was saying. So if you're going to go and continue your adventure, use this underpass here. If I go like this, you'll see it in all its glory. Underpasses are not like underpasses in Paris or London or anything like that, where you think, hang on a sec, I'm going to be mugged. You can walk around here. I mean, there's a lot of men, don't get me wrong. 90%, 95% of humans that you see on this exploration are men. And that's just because there's a big migrant population that come here to work. But there is zero. I've never seen any trouble. You'll get asked questions like I say, do you want a fake Rolex? Do you want perfume? Do you want oud? Do you want all sorts of things? But they don't mean any harm by it. They're just trying to, I suppose, make a living. Yeah, I'll take you in there. We'll go to the gold souk. We'll go to the perfume souk. And we'll go and have an explore on another adventure. I tell you what looks very interesting here. You definitely won't pick it up, which is a shame. But I'm looking right through there, and I've never seen that before. So I got Fahidi district, and then I could see the Burj Khalifa straight the way through there. So you've got a building that's 3 or 4 stories high in Fahidi, which at its time was probably state of the art with its air conditioning tower. And when I say air conditioning, it's just a tower where the wind blows into it and the hot air escapes the building. So you've got about a 4 or 5 story state of the art building from hundreds of years ago, and then you've got a 163 story, 828 metre building in the distance. That is Burj Khalifa. Well and truly the old and the new. So, right then, I've got a lot to do. So we're going to go back now, and there's always one, and here's another one of the. So I'm going to ask this person where I'm going back to. Hello, how are you? Where is just past the Ruler's Court? What's that called?
This side.
The Ruler's Court on the other side?
Al Fahidi.
Al Fahidi.
Yes.
But I want to go, Al Fahidi's here, Ruler's Court, and then I want to go to the next stop.
Dubai Old Souk.
Yeah.
Dubai Old Souk. Here, from here you can take this one dirham.
And what's it called though?
This one.
Yeah.
1 dirham Abra. The other is
Yeah.
Sabhkha. Another book, the stuff Dubai Old Souk.
Dubai Old Souk.
Yes. It's
That's what I want. Super, and I can get that from here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I'm getting the Abra back to Dubai Old Souk. And my top tip then, I'm going to get my Old Souk. Thank you. I've got my 1 dirham ready because I was fumbling around on the. I'm going to get the next ones so I can. Sorry? No, I'm just going to go to the Old Souk. Thank you. Everyone seems very friendly.
Wow.
So I'm not sitting at the back with the diesel engine. I'm going to sit at the front. I tell you what.
Let's go.
I tell you what. Look at this. Look at this. Is this for me? I don't think I'm going to be able to get out up. Oh yeah. Up. Watch my camera. Now this looks comfy, but I'm telling you, it's not the comfiest seat. I don't know. Oh, sorry for that. Don't want to knock you in the water. Come on through. Oh, we're off as well. They're not messing around. Okay, I paid for the upgrade today. Look at this, first class. First class. You know when you get on the A380, well, when you get on the A380, you get on the upstairs. But if you get on the 777s, sometimes you might be fortunate to turn left and you go to the business and upper class, the first class. It's not the same on the Abra. Just because this seat looks bigger, it certainly doesn't mean more comfy. I'm going to put this camera through there so you can see what I see. Look at this. Now, if we're lucky on the way back, and we've only got a few minutes, if you're lucky on the way back, you will see a lot of birds. I could see about 10 or 20 birds up there, but suddenly, I don't know what time of day it is, I'll try and remember for the future, but suddenly you'll start seeing wave upon wave of birds. Let's put that there. Yeah, wave upon wave of birds flying down here. So I can imagine they've been up at the Ras Al Khor Wildlife Reserve, had the day up there in the shade of the heat, and I don't know, they're coming back to come and roost on the buildings or in these trees. I mean, it might actually be too hot for the birds now. They may well have migrated to a colder country for the summer because it's August. But I have heard, the reason I say that is I can hear the call to the mosque, hear the call to prayers now. It's an absolute wonderful way to spend the evening. I'm actually working in Dubai, and I'm just making this film as a way of occupying my time during the evening. I used to do these things anyway. Quite dry. I'm looking forward to a nice glass of water, or Perrier. Oh yes, please. Yeah, I've often walked across into the Gold Souk, into the perfume souk, which is very, very interesting. If you go to Dubai Mall, you could spend, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 dirhams, or 4,000 or 20,000 dirhams on the most expensive perfumes in the world. And I really mean that. I'll definitely take you around there one day. And it's quite extraordinary, the level of opulence and extravagance and cost and exclusivity and all those other adjectives. It's quite extraordinary. However, you go into the perfume souk and it's 50 dirhams, and they say it's the same. They say it's the same smell. My wife will definitely tell you different, and maybe we'll do a test. I don't think we're going to spend 4,500, 5,000 dirhams on a bottle of perfume though, in doing the test. So just here on the core. Oh, there you go. There's my rent. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Nice to see you. England. So my brother here's from Pakistan, so it's saying hello to everything. It sees everything. Do you live in Dubai? Are you a resident here?
No, I'm a resident.
You're just visiting on holiday. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. So, fellow tourist. So what we've got, when we were walking down past the ruler's court, everybody was moving. And now, just in the space of, what, should we say half an hour, everybody stopped. Everyone stood watching out. I suppose pause for reflection whilst the sun has set. I've got the number one place here, but not the number one place for filming. So let me do this. And there's a big post here. You'll probably see as well, there's a load of life jackets up there. I have been on these Abras when they've banged into each other. And I use the word correctly when I say banged into each other. I don't mean crashing. Excuse me, I'm very dry now. Yeah, crashing makes it sound like they're out of control. But you'll often see them just when the final processes, and they'll just tap each other out of the way or whatever, and there'll be a bit of shouting. But no one's very worried, and I think it's just part and parcel of travelling on the Abras up and down. Hi there. Very sociable. It's not impossible not to be sociable here because we're so close. Now on another trip, excuse me once again, I'm really thirsty now. On another trip we'll go right down to, we'll walk down and we'll take the Segway down to the end of the core, and there are museums and there's old houses. Maktoum family used to live down there, so I don't know if we'll see that. Probably isn't the best here. You're not going to see it, but let's. I presume this pilot is going to take his tests fairly soon and see if he's... Whoa! I'll let all these people go. Right then, well I'm drenched now and I've not even done any walking. So I'll let all these people go before I go. Beat the rush. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, let's call it a day now. We've been round Fahidi district. We've seen the old souk, which is what this is called. We've gone, I've forgotten the name of it already. Sidouk, was it? Let me see if I can find the name of where we went to. Let me see if I can find the name of where we went to. That just says Dubai Abra. Sabhkha, that's it. All right, so 1 dirham to go from Dubai Old Souk. Let me put this here. All right, we're losing the light now. So we're at Dubai Old Souk here. I'm sure you can see it. And it's just 1 dirham to go to Sabhkha. We're going to walk up to Fahidi district because that's where the car is parked, and I'm going to get myself a nice cold drink from there. In fact, I'm going to get a drink. Yeah, could I have a juice, please? Any juice, you decide. Anyone.
Which one?
That one there. That one. Orange juice.
Orange?
Yep, thank you. How much is that?
15 dirham, big one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a big one, I'm thirsty. So, I'm having an orange juice. I close my eyes. Let me see. I've got a 50 here. Thank you. They got the new plastic notes here. This is actually sugar cane. Where's this from? Where is this from? Egypt. Yeah. I come from Brazil, and we have this in Brazil. Yeah, well, my wife comes from Brazil. Yeah. But this looks nice. So you got real sugar cane.
Yes, sir.
35 for me, thank you. Plenty of people getting their drinks. Looking forward to this, actually. Let's seeing the boys here with their coconuts. I'm a bit jealous now. Wish I'd got a coconut. I love coconut milk. But I'm looking forward to this. This will be a nice cold OJ. How you doing? I can see my OJ being made now. That's got to be for me. That's got to be mine. Thank you. And a straw. Thank you, brother. Let's move out of the way, sit here with the locals. Just bang the camera on the roof. Okay, so 15 dirham orange juice. Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. 100% fresh, no doubt about it. Wow. Not going to last long either. Look at that. Where's it gone? One thing I wish the UAE would embrace, adopt. Thank you. I really do wish they got their head around this recycling. They do everything, well, they do so many other things so well. Why don't they? Why, oh, why don't they? I mean, just have a mandate. Once you've got it all set up, it's not more expensive. It's a bit of a myth. In some respects, it's cheaper. But let's recycle, reuse all those R's that there are. I would love it. That was just a plastic cup there, plastic straw, paper wrapped, lasted me a few seconds. I would have drunk that out of a nice reusable cup, I don't mind. Just be careful of this thing. I've seen this in action. And what this is not really exploring it, it's not really Dubai tourist trail, but this completely goes down. It is a big compactor. There are tons and tons of rubbish under there, and I've seen it move, and you don't want to be here. But then again, you wouldn't be there because they'd move you. Right then, well, that man's just gone into the men's toilets, so it might be a good idea to talk about what you get. Fahidi district is free to get in. You have to pay for your car parking. There are numerous toilets and shops for refreshments and food. Let's just go quick here. Thank you. Zebra crossings. A little bit of a waste of paint in the UAE, if I'm being honest. But generally, when you're on them, they're pretty good. Yeah, Fahidi district, plenty. The Abra is 1 dirham. Toilets and facilities on the other side become a little bit more basic. I'll use that. There's plenty of restaurants you can just pop into. But I've been in 1 or 2 of the public toilets that side. And they're okay. That's what they are, they're okay. However, if you've used the toilets, what I'll do is be diplomatic. If you've used the toilets in Dubai Mall, which are possibly the cleanest rooms in the world, let alone cleanest toilets in the world. If there was a competition on cleanliness, they're the winners in Dubai Mall and they're the losers in around the creek. I'm chatting now. Right, let's sign off, eh? Let's call it a day now. Looking forward to another drink, definitely a Perrier. So thanks for joining me this evening. There's still the call to prayers in the background, so it's a lovely way to sign off. I'll see you soon for some more exploring the English Explorer.